It will be impossible for Married at First Sight Season 18 stars Alan and Madison to walk out of this experiment together, and here's why. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching for more details. Married at First Sight Season 18 participant Madison Myers had a great time at her wedding with Alan Slovick, but she wasn't a fan of Alan's broccoli underwear. However, that's not the only issue, as Madison has shown there are several of other traits she dislikes in her husband. This has created friction in their marriage, which could be a recipe for disaster. Initially, it appeared the MAFS experts had perfectly matched Madison and Alan. Nonetheless, cracks started to show when Madison aired her issues with Alan's style. During their honeymoon, Alan admitted he didn't like to dress up and enjoyed sporting his veggie underwear, which Madison wanted to fix. She kept her word by trying to change Alan's style. After the couple returned to Chicago, Madison sat down with Alan, letting him know how loud his outfits were and needed to tone them down. Madison doesn't seem attracted to Alan anyway, and there are other indications that this Married at First Sight Season 18 couple will break up before decision day. When Madison joined the MAFS Season 18 cast, she was single for 2 years and was ready to find her soulmate. That was the case with Alan, who seemed genuine, vulnerable, and ready to find his wife. However, Madison acknowledged she had doubts about Alan after marrying him since he was a stranger. The only time Madison was affectionate towards Alan was during the wedding. After that, Madison had grown more critical of Alan despite his attempts to develop a connection with her. As a result, Madison has said a couple of mean things about Alan's style and physical appearance, hurting his self-esteem. Alan hasn't been the same since Madison's family admitted he wasn't the type of guy she would regularly go for, which activated his insecurities. Even though he's an attractive guy, it must have been humiliating to be told he was the exact opposite of her type. Madison admitted she liked the type of guy who went to the gym, different than Alan's physical appearance. Alan and Madison started fine and seemed to have a lot of chemistry after the wedding until Madison put the brakes on it. Perhaps the broccoli underwear was such an ick she started only noticing Alan's negatives instead of focusing on the positives. She seemed to be losing interest in him with every passing day. Alan has handled the whole situation well without getting into defensive mode, showing what type of man he is. He is sure of himself and his values and is unapologetically himself, which is refreshing. Madison cares about appearances and convention, whereas Alan wants to defy them, as seen in his choice of clothes. Perhaps Alan is too attracted to Madison that he hasn't gotten a chance to evaluate her as a partner and realizes that maybe Madison might not be his partner in the Married at First Sight experiment. David Trimble wanted a blonde, blue-eyed woman when he joined the experiment. So, the MAFS experts matched him with Michelle Tomlin. Despite being his type, Michelle has done nothing but put David down. She hates that he lives with his parents, yet, earlier on, while speaking to Dr. Pia Hollick when asked if she'd be with a guy who lived with his parents, Michelle said she would still be open to exploring a connection. However, she's hung up on David's living situation and her opinion never changed, even after seeing his space, which wasn't looking great, via MAF's Lifetime. With MFS teasing about a cheating scandal and a couple's swap, the two unhappy couples, David and Michelle and Madison and Alan, look like they will be in the middle of it. Madison and David have something going on. He's already her type since he hits the gym. During the honeymoon, David was out in the wee hours of the night. Later, he told Madison he was out to get tacos, but his story seemed unbelievable. Probably, that's the time he got together with Madison or somewhere later in the show. Notably, David likes blondes, and since his relationship with Michelle has been non-existent, he could have decided to give their relationship with Madison a chance. The two also have something in common, and they would commiserate about their bad spouses, which would be good common ground to break the ice and explore their connection. Even if David and Madison link up, they will likely not stay together after Married at First Sight decision day.